Hi everyone, I hope you're well. I hope that with the days getting longer and the promise of sunshine going to come, it's lifting our spirits as we look to the future. We had a board meeting last night, and what I wanted to do is just give you an update on some of the changes that are going to be happening in the coming weeks and months, so that we can go into the next few months together. And so I just want to spend a few minutes just sharing this message of together towards tomorrow. We've been through a very difficult time over the last year. Prom has been called to deliver work that we've never done before, in ways that we've never done before, and every single person has adapted magnificently. Thank you so much for the work that you've done. But we are coming out of this period, and what we will be doing in the coming weeks and months is we'll be looking at how we reconstruct our charity, how we reconstruct our work around the things that we've learnt in the past and about the ways that we want things to be in the future. This phase of a new beginning will be coming gradually, but it's based on some decisions that were taken last night. So first of all, let's look at where we've been over the last year and what we've learnt. This is a map of our care hours for the past 12 months. The orange line at the bottom is the traditional clients, the private clients that we've had. The yellow line is the additional clients that we've had come straight from BCP, contract from the hospital, which results in the blue line, which is the net result of those two figures added together with some hours that were paid for but not delivered. The silver line is the budget. That was our target that we set ourselves last year. And so you can see that if you look at just the performance of our private client work, we would have been in serious trouble in the past year if we hadn't have been helped out by the hospital's contract. You see that right at the very start of the pandemic, we had a very large loss of clients who went into shielding, who were not allowed visitors, and who discontinued their primary care services. Whereas we came through the lockdown period, that grew until again just before Christmas, when we went into another lockdown. We had another drop in clients, then we had the traditional Christmas drop, and then we're building up again, even through the current lockdown period. Where this has led us to is the fact that at the moment we are quite dependent on hospital hours in order to meet our budget. But going forward, we want to remedy that. We want to make sure that we're able to rebuild our private clients as much as we possibly can, reducing our reliance on hospital contracts. Probably not completely removing it, but definitely reducing in the months to come. One thing we want to do as well in the coming period is, in the past few years, since 2016, we've developed a range of services, and this has included Prama Care, but also the Prama Foundation has been formed, Prama Life, which back in 2015 didn't really exist. Our charitable work was for about £5,000 a year. Now it's £500,000. We've had our shops developed with the warehousing. We've got our new company, Prama Services, which will be doing training, and then we have our traditional training work as well. And that's quite confusing if you're just a customer looking at Prama itself, because what email do we use, what signage do we use? And so in the coming months, we're going to not remove the companies, but we're just going to move to a single brand name, and that is going to be Prama. We see aging as something that everybody does and want it to be enjoyed, not endured. So, in moving to this new presentation to the wider world, what does this mean for us? Well, we're going to retain all the company structures because we need them legally. But what we are going to be doing is integrating our services together. So things like Prama Care and Prama Life are going to be working together far more, so that what we're able to offer to our Prama Care clients are all the services that Prama Life do, the telephone support lines, all the things that we've learned to do during the pandemic for people who are housebound, we're going to be extending those services to all of our Prama Life clients, and that's going to really enhance the work and the offer that we have as a care provider. Our branding is going to change, so the outside of the building at Moran House is currently being changed to reflect the One Prama brand. And now that we have a training room at Moran House, we're going to use Moran House more as a place where people come to meet than people come to work. And more about that shortly. Our emails are going to change as well, and we're going to be presenting a more synergistic presentation to the community. Within the governance system, we're moving to the view of a one-team approach. So rather than have different groups who work for Prama Life or Prama Care or the shops, we're going to be viewing all of our team as a one-team effect. And that's going to involve consolidating the work of some of our charities and reducing repetition of a lot of the reports that we get at a governance level. The HR committee is going to be renamed as the HR and Training Committee, bringing together those two core functions within our work as one unit. And we're also recruiting now on foundation level for trustees nationally to get involved rather than just locally. Other things that are going on at the moment is we're going to have a single email address. So within the next few weeks, everyone will have a different email address. The old one will remain the same, so you're not going to lose emails, and it will all go into the one collection box, inbox. But everyone will have the suffix @prama.org.uk. And in the next few months as well, we'll be looking at some of the other pieces of work that we do, brain injury and nail care particularly, about how we can set targets and how we can grow those pieces of work that are so much needed at the moment. Within care, a few things are going to happen at the moment. So I've talked about building back our private clients, and we're going to be prioritising that. Nikki is going to remain as the lead registered manager to allow Ian to continue to do business development work, and Gillian will continue her work as the new client manager. She and Joe will be moving into Neil's old office in order to give them the ability to have the private calls that they need to be able to have for that. In the last few weeks, we've been able to invest in Prama Care in a way that we've wanted to for years, but never had the money to do so. And so we've been able to buy some new computers for the care centre. And we're currently testing some laptops and some tablets for the locality managers, so that actually they have the tools to do the job that we haven't had the money to be able to do in the past. In the next few weeks, we're getting a new telephone system installed. We know that we've had some problems with calls getting lost and missed in the past, and that this new system, we're promised, will get rid of those problems. And in the next year or so, we're looking to replace People Planner, our rota planning software, with something that is more contemporary and up to date. We've talked about growing nail care, and we're also going to be looking at asking our clients what additional services they want, what new models of care can we be providing. Within the operations team and the Prama services team, Prama training is going to be incorporated as part of the HR team. So where we've had different departments not working together, now we have one team approach to recruitment and training to support the care department. As a consequence of that, training is going to be moving out of Pathways House, which is where I'm speaking from at the moment, and will be based full-time at Moran House upstairs there. We're making some changes. Finance are moving out of Moran House, and they're moving over to Pathways, so that again we're keeping our operational team together. And Farisa's former office upstairs in Moran House is going to become a new training room and meeting room that can be used by training and by Prama Life for their one-to-ones and supervisions as well. Prama Life is moving from its current space into the old finance office. Are you keeping up with this? So that now they'll have their own area, and the current space where Prama Life are is going to be a shared area for welcome areas. Training going to have a desk there, and it's also going to be used for overflow training, meet and greets, and chat area that is not the traditional training room. So Prama shops I'm looking forward to meeting everybody again on the 12th of April when the lockdown on this particular aspect ends. We've been investing in them as well, and so every shop will have its own professional shop display which will be centrally controlled. We're using our shops now to integrate our work together. It's going to be selling and marketing care, recruiting staff on our signage, and we're going to be promoting things like nail care and other services that we do there. Aaron, from the 1st of April, is going to be taking over as the regional retail operations manager for shops based here at Pathways House. He's going to have oversight of that with SJ. And Sonny, who's been our apprentice, will have completed his exams and will become the retail support staff supporting Aaron here at the warehouse. So there's a lot going on because there's such a lot to do. And what we want to do over the next few weeks and months is to bring together all these different strands of work so that as the lockdown ends, we've got an organisation that is ready for the new wave, the new way of working. That we're not repeating things that we did during the pandemic. We're not going back to the way that things used to be, but we've got a new team facing the future. So things are looking good. Things are looking positive. Things, as the sun comes out, are looking sunshiny again. Thank you again, everybody, for all the work that you're doing. You have no idea how much it's appreciated. Our trustees spontaneously gave a round of applause last night to everybody who's on the front line working so hard. I'm looking forward to the next few months. I'm looking forward to leading you into this new future. God bless.